just trading left, right, and center. The Echo with the Yokai trying to stop the Fuse, and it could go down. Corza with the cross angle. Crosses 20 seconds. The Fuse on the ground. Corza finds one. Ganny touches down. 15 seconds. Ganny finds kills. He sees the player on top of that. Not a man. They have to get the kill here. They have to stop.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry guys,
unmuted.
we were muted. You know, this casting production thing at the same time is a little bit tricky. Let's re-roll that one. Okay, back to the
Reroll
start.
that one.
Thank you guys for tuning in on this amazing Sunday evening. We could not have asked for a better game tonight. Nixuh versus Taken. We have Taken back on the live stream from last night. They really doing their part with these live streams. So happy that they are, taking that step to be on the live streams. But I'm joined here, the amazing, on my right again, Alphasum Justin. What's your take again on tonight's game?
So, as I said earlier, Taken looked good yesterday. They felt very confident. We spoke to Fish after his match, and he said they felt confident going in today. But much like load shedding has left me here completely in the dark with candlelight, I feel like Taken are a bit in the dark here. Nixuh are an incredible team. And I'm not just saying this because I simp for drop shot more than anyone else in the scene. I really genuinely do believe that Nixuh are just a class above Taken at the moment. Not that Taken can't reach that level, but I do feel that it's going to be a bit of a washover. But I was wrong yesterday. Good chance I'll be wrong today, because what do I know?
Yeah, I think with yesterday's game, I think both of us expected Taken to be a little bit more dominant in their game against Memphis. It was very strange. As soon as they lost a player and it was a 4v5, they started playing well. I don't know if it was kind of like a wake-up call for them, like, hey guys, we should start playing like serious now. And from there, after the rehost, after they lost Astra, we just saw Fish really just going at it and helping his team out, going 9 for 3 on that second half of the game, really going big, and helped his team a lot to get that. What was it, 7-4, 7-3?
It was a 7.
Oh, it was a 7-5. I think it was actually a 7. Yeah, it was 7-5 actually, or 7-4. Anyways, it was reasonably tight at stage. Memphis was up 4-2. So it was quite an interesting game. It turned out a lot more entertaining than I think we originally thought. And I'm really hoping for the same to happen tonight. We kind of going in with the mindset that Nix is one of the favorites, not only to be in the top 4, but to win this whole tournament. So maybe Taken can have a little bit of an upset game. Yeah, Taken have been competing a little bit more in the tournament so far as well. So it's kind of put that into perspective as well, where Nixuh only had one game played, and that was against Lacquer, which is kind of like a meme team kind of thing going on. So if you look at that, Taken might be a little bit more comfortable in the setting of the comp scene, the R6 major. So
yeah, you can look at it that way, but you could also look into the fact that Nixuh and them then had more time to scrim. I don't know if they've had or not, but realistically they would have had more time to scrim. And Nixuh are a team that, as well, yes, they're lacking in terms. Yes, they're a newer team in the sense of the scene, but they're not that new. If you get what I'm saying, they've got that experience in the team. They've got everything going together for them. They know themselves. They know what they're capable of. So I don't really think that that's really going to be on their minds tonight. One thing that might be on some of the players' minds there tonight, though, is an ex-teammate of some of the players in that team named Vaughn the Prawn, who is actually he's playing under the name Oxygen for some reason, but old Vaughn the Prawn is going to be playing on the side of Taken against his former teammates there of Dropshot and Sandals. So that's a guy who knows those two in and out. He's friends with them. He's played with them in teams for long history since back in their console days. So I'm excited to see what he can do tonight. Hopefully he doesn't have internet issues and Taken can really prove me wrong and go all the way maybe.
Yeah, well, speaking about the teams, let's head over to the lineups. Let's have a look at what these teams are bringing. Looking at Taken, they have a few changes. Oxygen and Blue, or Vaughn and Blue. Two new players for today for Taken. So we'll see how that can change things up. But looking at the rest, we have Fish back, or well, again, hopefully being able to go as big as he did yesterday against this formidable Nixuh team.
I think they're going to need Fish to go huge. I think, yes, as good as they're going to need Vaughn and Fish to go huge, as good as they are, if you do not shut down Dropshot, that man is 14 for 1 currently. I spoke to him earlier today, and he said to me he wants to try and go 10-0 this game. He's got it in his head that he wants to frag out. So Fish and Vaughn and Blue, you've got 3 amazing fraggers there from their past. They've all played as fraggers in their previous teams and in their current teams. They're going to have to go huge and try and shut him down before he can start hitting those 10-0 score lines, you know?
Yeah, I think Fish is going to be Fish and Vaughn, they are really going to have to work together. Not discrediting the rest of the team. We just purely kind of looking off of what they have done in the past in games. And this is a big one. This is besides besides Meraki, Nixuh is probably the biggest game in their group. And if they can upset Nixuh and take this win, they are almost secured a top 4 spot in their group.
Yeah.
And that will leave Nixuh maybe a little bit in an odd position, even though I think they'll still, qualify top 4 definitely.
For the amount of games that Taken has played so far in this tournament, it's getting to the point where it's do or die for them. Either they have to make sure that they secure their spot now, or they might be in some trouble when they don't have the ability to affect future scorelines.
Yeah, so I think, they're going to have to work together as a team today, and really their mistake margins are going to have to be on its lowest that they can possibly take it. They are going to have to put on a flawless performance against this Nixuh team. And talking about them, let's look at their lineup. We have Figure, we have Dropshot, Kaiko, Fish, and Crushers filling in for tonight. This is a stacked team. Like, if you look at this lineup, you are a bit scared.
Of note, obviously, is Crushers being here as opposed to the normal player of Sandals or Ergo as their sub. This is obviously due to a lot of factors which we cannot control and that they cannot control. But Crushers, again, experienced name of the scene. Yes, he doesn't have experience playing with this group of players, but he's a very experienced player. A very good player. He's got a lot of experience. He's got a lot of talent. If there's anyone who can fill in a missing spot on that roster, it's him. And I don't even think they're going to be fazed about the fact that they're playing with a player that's not there. But you never know. Maybe it takes Crushers a lot of time to get used to playing with this roster. And because of that, that could give Taken an advantage.
Whatever Taken can get in this game, they will gladly want to take advantage. Any little flaw in this Nixuh team, they are going to want to exploit. For Taken's side, I hope Crushers might cause a little bit of a disruption in the team, but the likelihood is pretty low. There's still 4 other players in the team. I don't think it's going to disrupt them too much. But if you're Taken, you're really going to hope that is the case. But talking about these players, let's look at the featured players for tonight. We have Fish again, the top fragger, the MVP for his team, for Taken Esports. And looking at the stats,
Yeah. Yesterday we saw him really boost those stats in the second half of his match. Once, unfortunately, Astro dropped out for his team, Fish really started spearheading that charge to try and secure those 3 points for his team, and he really did manage to pull it off. He was kind of the spearhead of the operation there. Him and Misty, I believe, who just between the two of them managed to make huge plays that absolutely shut down Memphis and that momentum that they managed to gain in the first half of the match.
Yeah, like Fish really did his part for his team yesterday, and that spoke in the numbers he put up on the scoreboard. Looking at his total stats for the tournament, 27 kills, 21 deaths, KD of 1.29, and again his hours, just under 1,782 hours. He has experience in the game. Obviously, we all know that number's on the
Yeah.
low side. He definitely has a few more hours than that, but it's impressive numbers so far. I think if you can have a positive KD like that in a tournament like this, you'll be happy. But at the end of the day, he's gonna want to make that higher. You always
Yeah.
want to do better for your team, for yourself.
Well, at the end of the day, his stats are looking good, but when we go on to the next name there, his stats are going to be dwarfed in terms of
Ah,
KD.
yes, and that next player, who else other than Dropshot?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I know it's only been one match, but that 14 for 1 KD is terrifying to look at. I think everyone knows this is what you'd expect out of Dropshot. Yes, it was only one match against a meme team, but still, when you think about Dropshot, I think one of the most iconic things was to watch about him was that match back in the day when he was still an OG, where he was one-tapping people through walls. This is what you expect from him, and it is terrifying. And there's a reason why I think most players in the scene aren't comfortable having to play against him. He's unpredictable, he is consistent, and he is extremely accurate in the fact that he does not miss a single shot. If you give him the opportunity to shoot you, he will.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna see some very aggressive play from Dropshot, and he always connects. Very
Yeah.
rarely does he miss his shots, like you said. So it's gonna be fun. Definitely gonna keep my eye on Dropshot when observing this game. Can't take my eyes off of him. But moving on from the players' stats, let's look over at what the people think the outcome of this game will be. The social vote standing at 86% for Nixuh, only 14% for Taken. That's kind of expected for this game.
Yeah. And some people will argue that sometimes it's a popularity contest. Yes, that's true. But right now, Nixuh against Taken, I think that's a fair assessment. I honestly wouldn't have expected it to go any other way, no matter how popular the players in whatever team are. It's just, I think the community realizes as well that Nixuh are a terrifying team to play against. In my opinion, they are the favorites to win this whole thing outright. But we'll still have to see. There have been upsets throughout the tournament, and who knows, maybe today could be one of those huge upsets.
Yeah, I think if Taken can pull this off, it'll be one of the big upsets of the tournament. I think. But also, the social vote is based off of the Twitter poll we made. Looking at the other poll, the Twitch prediction, I don't think I've ever seen this. It's 100% for Nixon. One lucky guy put 50 points, 50 channel points on Taken. Only one guy. So if he wins,
No.
he's gonna gain 26.4 thousand channel points. That's gonna be some cash in the bank.
That's a lot of points right there.
Yeah, no, I check. I didn't think it will be 100%, or well, let's call it 99.9% for Nixuh. Yeah, that's quite tough.
Yeah, that is. But I think there's just people know the reality of it. You can't deny the fact that Nixuh are a terrifying team to look at. You look at that roster, and that's probably, besides for say Koza, who isn't in that team, the rest of the players in that team are probably the most successful players in the scene in terms of their tournament victories and their number of tournaments that they've won and finished in the top three. And it's a collection of the best players in the scene.
Yeah, definitely. We just getting the map bans ready. So if I'm a little bit like not connected with with what you're saying. I'm just quickly just sorting this out on the
Please,
side.
yeah. Chat, if you'll hold with us on that, it is obviously we are at the mercy of players and their timelines as they don't always agree to fit into our timelines. But I won't complain because I've been in there in that boat myself. But as well, let's actually just talk a little bit about what we're thinking tonight, okay? If we're looking at the maps, okay, Taken obviously played Oregon yesterday, and especially once they got to the defense, they looked very comfortable there. And it's like, I think I actually saw someone on Twitter say, I believe it was Sully, saying that Taken had very good form yesterday. They showed that good form, and I agree with there was good form there. So are Taken going to try and go to Oregon again? Or are they going to let Nixuh take them to a map which Nixuh are very comfortable in? We know from experience with watching those players, for example, I think a map that they all like a lot is Clubhouse. All of them have had extremely crazy moments on Clubhouse, extremely crazy clutches, extreme just moments that just make you go, wow. And it's a map that they love to play. It's a map that the team feels extremely comfortable in. So are Taken going to be willing to go do one of those maps, or are they going to just outright ban it and try and force them to go to Oregon again, even though risking the fact that that Nixuh have now seen Taken play the map?
Yeah, it's always interesting to see what maps these teams ban and what they're most comfortable with. Again, like Taken's gonna have to use this opportunity to try and put them in the best position possible. You know, get those maps off that Nixuh are renowned to be good on, and to try and force their good maps. You know, it's always difficult with a map ban, but you can always try your best. But as I say that, the map bans have started, and let's see
Uh,
what we end up with.
okay, so my first prediction is I'll say that as much as I really hope they want to play Theme Park, I do believe Theme Park is going to go. As much as I want to see Theme Park because it is my absolute favorite map in the game, I do believe it is going to be banned out, and I do believe it will be. Never mind, I'm wrong again. It's Skyscraper.
Skyscraper off the board first. Yeah, that is banned by Taken. The next map that is banned is Border by Nixuh. Interesting one.
Oh, Border. Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me. I think it's a map that a lot of teams haven't really played it. Nixuh, I don't think I've seen them play it once, so why would they show it? If they can finish it without showing it, let them.
Yeah, I think
But
Bank. Oh, Bank is next.
Bank's
Bank
been
off the
banned
map.
out. You see, this is going a lot more into the favor of maps that Nixuh has experience on and that their players really like, and I'm a little bit fearful for Taken on that. If I was Taken right now, my next ban, well, after Nixuh do their ban, if I'm Taken, I'll be looking at trying to ban out Clubhouse, or possibly even Theme Park, because it's a map. Yeah,
You
Theme
got it
Park is
right.
gone
Well
by
done.
Nixuh.
You got one
Nixuh
right.
banned Theme Park. Oh, that's upsetting to me. Do you know the amount of moments I've seen with Dropshot on Theme Park? It's just, I love watching it. But looking into it now, that means that Clubhouse is still on the board. We still got Oregon on the board. Scratch that. Oregon is no longer on the board. This is looking very much like it might end up on Clubhouse, and I'm here for it. I want to see the exciting gameplay, but Taken may need to be scared of Clubhouse.
Yeah, I think Clubhouse is a very kind of renowned standard like map. So
Yeah.
you know, that can be good or bad depending on how you kind of know the game, how much you strat it out. But next ban from Nixuh being Villa.
Villa, yeah, I'd say that's pretty standard. It's a map that not a lot of players like. Back in the OG days, we did not like to play Villa at all. It was not a good map for us. It's a map which is very much. It's either you've got the meta perfect and Clubhouse has been banned. That's disappointing. A smart move by Taken, I think, there. But look, just talking about the Villa thing, it's a map which you really have to have it perfect, or the other team will just run over you. But with Clubhouse being banned, that's very disappointing to me. But
Oh,
actually, I
Cafe
can't
is
remember the
banned.
map pool.
Cafe is
Cafe's been
banned, so
banned.
we are left with Chalet.
Chalet. Okay, that's actually an interesting map. That's a very interesting map to me. I don't think we've actually seen any Chalet gameplay in the scene in a long time, eh? If
Um,
I look back, I can't remember the last time there was actually a Chalet game in the scene.
it has been a while. It's definitely been a while. And yeah, with Chalet being picked, we have now the defense taken starting on the defense, which is good for them. You always have that advantage on defense, trying to control the strats, the pace, um, and it's good for them. It's that little bit of an advantage that they do need. And actually in yesterday's game against Memphis, we saw the strength. Um,
Yeah.
of Taken coming out in the defense. They were looking a little bit lost on the attack. So um, yeah, this plays in their favor. So far so
Well,
good. But it being
look, this is a
Chalet,
bit. I'd be scared because look, Chalet has that experience of in other leagues. It's been very attacker sided. Of course, that can change. We have seen the defender sided Chalet pop up once in a while as well, but attacker sided, I really do think is going to net into the likes of it's going to net into your fragger's power. Yeah, it's a map where where the entry frag is very important because again, there's a lot of roaming. It's a map which is very played very three-dimensionally. You don't play it very linearly like what you would say on Border. And with that, you really do need to make sure that you can actually roam clear properly. So that's going to net well to guys like Kaiko and to Dropshot. But again, on Taken, we saw Fish go huge yesterday, and there's the old Vaughn the Prawn, who a lot of people know has an extremely good mechanical skill. Yes, sometimes he looks a little bit like he's got ADHD while he's doing it, but that's a man who has the ability to just frag out of nowhere.
um,
But
yeah, no,
yeah,
definitely. There we go. Sorry, I was like just could not find Chalet on this playlist.
yeah.
Got it. So
So for those who just want us to start the match, we are still just trying to get all the players in the lobby, get it all ready. Shouldn't take too long now. But I want to know, chat. I'm reading chat. It's a bit of a delay, but I'll read what you guys are saying while we're going on about this. I want to hear what have you guys got to say. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that Taken has a chance on Chalet? Personally, I think if Fish and Vaughn don't show up, and Blue definitely has the potential to maybe throw a spanner in the works for Nixuh. But I do really think that if they don't show up fully from the start and the get go, Nixuh are just going to walk over them. There's a huge amount of fragging power in the players of Nixuh, a lot of versatility between them. They've all played in different roles. You can put any of them on any operator and they can do it. Maybe with the exception of what's his name, Sandals, I'd say all of them are extremely versatile players who you can put onto any single role. So, if I'm Taken, I'm worried, but maybe who knows? Maybe the confidence boost that they got yesterday is enough for them to just absolutely walk over the competition.
do you think they would have gained confidence coming back and being a 4v5 against a team like
Oh
Memphis?
yeah, yeah. That is a huge confidence boost. Even just putting in a victory after a hard earned victory is a huge confidence boost. Yes, there's matches that are walkovers, but if you do a walkover against a no-name team, it's not a confidence boost. But hard matches to win are huge confidence boosts, especially when your players really pulled it together after a situation that you shouldn't have been in the first place.
Mm. Yeah,
And it's exactly what's needed.
yeah, I think thinking of ways how Taken can take this game to Nixuh, just thinking they're gonna have to prep, especially being on defense for that aggressive play. I'm expecting players like Dropshot to be very aggressive.
Yeah.
So Nixuh or Taken, they'll just have to be a little bit, maybe take the first round or two just a little bit slow. Don't be too aggressive because they know the gun skills of this Nixuh team are really, really good. So if you have the confidence to go gun for gun against this Nixuh team, I applaud you. But I feel like maybe Taken should just take the first round or two just to kind of evaluate. Okay, let's see what this Nixuh team is doing. Let's see this like strategy towards this game in general and kind of take it from there. They are going to have to learn very quickly, however. You do not want to go behind early, especially being on defense. But also,
Yeah.
like you said, Chalet attacker sided, so you know this can flip either way, and it's can't wait for this game to start.
Yeah, I actually can't wait. Like you said, it could flip either way. It just depends because, as well, there is still that unknown factor of how Crush is going to perform. Yes, he's got a lot of experience, like I said, and he's had phenomenal games in his past. But that's the past. We haven't seen him in a long time. It's his first time ever playing with Nixuh. He's never scrimmed with them. He's never done anything like that with him. He was an emergency last second call in, which means that there's the potential that on the side of Nixuh, there could be a lot of disarray, a lot of confusion as to how everything works.
Yeah,
Whereas Taken, they're playing with a roster that they're well practiced with. They're feeling confident. Vaughn said to me as well, he's feeling extremely confident there. And that's a player that I know, as long as he's feeling confident, he's got potential to go huge. That's a man who can rival the likes of Figure and Dropshot in them just by having a good game, a good day. On a good day, he's more than a rival for them.
yeah. No, it's. Oh, this game is going to be interesting. And I'm just quite excited to see how both these teams are going to approach this game. But as I say that, we got both
Sandals
teams
is in
ready.
the lobby.
We've
Both
got
teams are
everyone.
ready.
Oh, can't wait. Let's just wait for that ready up from both teams, and then we can just get this game started and see exactly what will happen in this amazing game.
Oh, I can't wait. Actually, this is the game that I've been very hyped to watch. Probably my second most hyped game for the Group B, besides for maybe it's Goosh Goosh and Nixuh as well. That's one that I'm very hyped to watch. Obviously, some former teammates there again of former Nixuh teammates and former teammates from Goosh Goosh side. But here as well, this is the one that I'm very hyped to watch. These are two teams that have a very good chance of making it to playoff. Nixuh are my favorites to win the tournament outright. We're on our way in. Let's have some hype for it.
Oh, and it has started. We have Nixuh versus Taken on Chalet. What are we gonna see here? I can't wait. We don't know what's gonna happen. We predicted, but we don't know. So let's see. We're starting off with the map bans. Let's see what these two teams want off the board.
Again, so with Taken being on the first ban, I am predicting a rather traditional ban of Thatcher out of them, just to try and help them since he's starting with the defense. They want to keep a defender sided, but no, I'm wrong. What do I know? It's Jackal going off. Clearly, I've been out the scene too long and I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But Jackal, it's an old classic ban. They want to roam. They want to get rid of Jackal.
Ooh,
Lion going off the board.
interesting, interesting. Lion.
That's an interesting one as your mic does something strange.
Oh,
I'll
is
give you a
my
second to try and. Yes, your mic is doing. It sounds very distancy. So while you're trying to sort that out, I'll just talk about that ban. Lion is an interesting ban. I think a lot of players who were here in the past would have known when Lion was extremely powerful in the meta. Not so much anymore. He is still very effective, but not to the point where you're banning him outright. But clearly, Nixuh don't want to have to deal with him. But on the other side, Mirror ban going out, pretty standard. Again, you don't want Tate giving. You want the map to be. Nixuh wants this map to be as attacker sided as possible. Mirror being off the board allows for that. Valkyrie going off the board, I do feel that's a bit of a target ban. That's an operator that Dropshot and Sandals and Figure have been known to play. We've seen all of them have huge gains on that. I do really think that was just a target ban to get that off the board, stop them from being able to capitalize off that.
is my mic better?
No, we still have the same effect from your microphone there, unfortunately.
What exactly is the effect? If I can just.
Uh, the effect is kind of, it sounds like you're talking through a can.
Huh. Okay, that's weird. Okay, let me just quickly sort that out.
But whilst we go on to this now, here it will be I do believe from what I can see here, a master bedroom defense first coming out of the side of Taken. There's a lot of ways to play the site, but realistically, what they're going to be looking to do is just try and extend themselves to take control as much of the top floor as possible and slow Nixuh down from the get-go. Of note, though, is that there's not a single deployable shield on the side of Taken. So they're going to have to be relying purely on gunfights to try and do this. They've got the gunfight talent, but can they make it work? Because shields have been a staple of Siege for a long time. Yes, it's been nerfed a little bit in the fact that there's so much utility coming from the attackers now to balance it out. And with Jaeger having received his nerf, or Mai having received his nerf, and all that. But still, the shields are still so strong and important to the meta. But with that, as we look into this, there is a spawn peek that comes out from Fish onto Dropshot, a huge kill to find. Very, very important kill to find. That's going to actually not only get rid of your star player on the side of Nixuh, but that's going to give you the exact lead that you're looking for. Taken wanted to start off. I wanted to see them start off aggressive and show that they've prepped for this. That's showing it to me already. They read into that well. But with that now, it looks like that's actually slowed down Nixuh a lot. They're not being aggressive. It looks like they're kind of stunned a little bit by. But there is the host shield that I saw in the window there, just through the wall there. So that does mean they are just trying to collect some intel, trying to figure out what's going on. And Fish is the first one to actually off his way into the building. As I say that as well, Fish on the other team does to confuse the two, takes a huge amount of damage, sitting down on 5 HP. Not sure, Aldo, if you managed to fix your mic yet, so I'll just keep continuing with my little rant here. 1 minute 40 left on the clock. Oxygen hasn't been forced out of his position yet. Yes, Fish is in the building, but he hasn't really gained any territory. And Fish from the side of Taken will know what's going on, but the wall does look like it's starting to be opened up, and they are aware of Fish's location. Sandals shoots some shots that it doesn't manage to connect anything. Fish will slither of HP. One small mistake could mean the odds even out, especially when you've got like the Sandals there, a hugely well-known fragger in the scene, especially with his abilities in Iana. He knows what he's doing. It's just a question of, can they find him before they run out of time? Just over a minute left. They don't want to be forced into 20-second meta here. Blue taking a lot of damage on the site there itself, but he still lives. He lives to try and waste another minute. Fish is actually rotating around over this, so he's just opted to just give up position. But it doesn't look like Nixuh are fully aware that the players have. Never mind, as I say, that Fish has actually pushed his way in. The Sandals does manage to even out the odds, does find Fish, finally putting him down and out of his misery. Meaning that it's back to a 4-4 with 40 seconds left. Lulu is obviously then, but Nixuh does manage to find Vaughn. Vaughn not having that greatest of effects yet. Oh, but as I say that, Lulu gets a double kill with the C4s. Huge thing. That means the diffuser down is all down to Sandals, and the 3v1 is going to have to do something huge. It doesn't have the diffuser in hand, and only has 20 seconds to find Lulu, Blue, and Misty. Not a huge amount of things to work for. Oh, now I'm hearing, Aldo, I'm hearing myself in your thing there, so you might just want to have to mute that. But as I say that, he does manage to get the final, not get the final kill, and he gets killed, and that's the first round on the board for Taken. A strong start for them. Aldo, if you can hear me, I can hear both our mics, so I can hear myself playing through you. Just going to mute him on that. Hopefully chat doesn't hear that, and it doesn't go too bad for chat there. But yeah, with that, Taken on the board, 1-0. And that's exactly the way that they wanted to start it. Not the ideal start for Nixuh. Looking into it, not the ideal start for them. It's not what they wanted to have happen. Dropshot being your first death, he's obviously the guy who's supposed to be your spearhead for the team. But Oxygen in the form of Vaughn, Lulu with a huge double kill on the C4s, and Blue getting the last kills that were needed, just kind of slowed down the momentum that Nixuh wanted. Dropshot was telling me he wanted to go 10-0, well right now he's 0-1, so he hasn't got what he wanted to do, but obviously only the first round, Taken off to a good start. Nixuh, how are you going to adapt to it? What are you going to do to bring it back? Looking into it now, as the prep phase ended, they have obviously gone out to the basement. It's a site which is not normally chosen for a lot of people. It does end up with being a bit of a site that's hard to defend, just because once the attackers are in, there is no way you can retake it. A lot of players do like to open up that hatch that we're just looking at the top of Blue's screen there. Open that up and try and hold it from above. That is one way to hold the site open, but still, if the attackers can take control of that hatch, take control of the site itself, it becomes difficult to work with.
Hello,
and
Justin.
there's no way to retake it.
Am I sounding better now?
You are sounding a lot better now,
Okay.
yes.
It wasn't a like it was only you that heard that version. The
Oh.
Discord just switched. The Discord audio switched. Which is odd.
Oh.
But we are good. We are good now.
We are
I'm
all
back.
good. We are all
what
good.
a round
Okay.
from Taken. Just viewed you from
Yeah.
the back seat.
Good round from Taken. Nixuh off to a better start now, and Dropshot obviously not having been spawned. Fish is actually playing a little bit more aggressive here and actually got himself ready towards the site alongside Sandals.
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing a very aggressive or pretty much full north take here. Just trying to get this wall off now with Hibana, trying to get some entries. But a little bit slow, taking their time. But they're all outside the site. Now they're just waiting to open up that wall, and I think that wall is muted there. So they're going to need to find a way to get that mute jammer off that wall.
Yeah, what they have got going for themselves of assuming this has been droned. Lulu is obviously sitting there behind the deployable shield. Lulu can hold a lot there, but with the Thatcher EMP going off, that means that wall will go open. Crushes does
Oh,
get the
what?
kill to Lulu there.
Crushes in sight! Oh, he got down, but he has
Crushes-
diffuser. He dropped diffuser inside. Now Fish, he's also just walking in.
Sandals is sitting there, he's going to try and fund it off. It's all up to Vaughn. Vaughn is up on the hatch, but there's nothing he can really do. Yes, it's a strong position to hold, but
Oh, what a
it's all up
shot.
to him. Fish does find drop shot, good shot there, like you said, but it's all up to him and Vaughn. They're not even on the site. Vaughn, yes, he does have the hatch, but that hatch is not going to help him now. Crush is on the opposite side of the site. Crush has made a huge play there. He saw an opportunity to dive in and he took it. Figure is actually in a position where he can just stop Vaughn and Fish from returning to the site. The plant is down, but I don't even think they know where it's gone down. Fish being gone now, as Figure does get the kill. That means now it's all just down to Vaughn. 1v3 situation. Two of the players on Nixuh are very low, and Vaughn is a good player. Can he make it work? 20 seconds left. He's got to find what he can do. They are fully aware of his position. He doesn't really know where they are. He's trying to go off the sound and try to figure out. Crushers is sitting right close. He has to find all three of them in the next 3 seconds, and he doesn't. Sandals finishes him off with
What?
a grenade.
What
Oh,
a grenade! Oh my
Beautiful
word.
grenade.
Well
And
done.
with that, yeah, beautiful grenade from Sandals there. With that brings it 1-1 to the scoreboard between Nixuh and Taken.
Yeah, it was a little bit odd from Taken, having those two players upstairs. Probably a great concept, in theory, but Nixuh just chose a direction that didn't really affect those two roamers at all. Just went straight through North Take, and then somehow, I don't know how, but someone got in sight. That hatch must have been open, and he must have dropped in that connected
Yeah.
little room, and just, I think, shocked the Taken team. They did not expect that at all. He got one kill and then immediately got fragged out, but got revived anyways after that.
Look, holding onto that hatch which Vaughn was sitting at is very important for that site. It's pretty much the only way you can hold it. But that only works if a player like Crushers doesn't get access to the site from the other side, and dropping through the hatch like he did there. Big mistake from Taken for allowing that. They should have been watching that. Instantly killed him before he was even able to capitalize off of it. But he played it beautifully, took a huge risk, he spotted the opening and he took it, and he got a huge kill out of it.
Yeah, big
And with that
play.
being all said and done, yeah, all being said and done now onto this map, Taken have opted not to return to that site. Clearly, they've realized they don't know the site more than they need to, and they don't want to risk losing another round there.
Yeah, now we see a little bit of a west attack here from Nixuh. Drone were coming out, just making sure, getting all those roamers out. But currently, I don't really think there's anyone on that side of the map. Sandals already in drop shot, following. Blue still putting up a castle barricade. Must be careful not to get caught out here by Sandals, just walking up, not
There's
caring.
an opportunity on. Oh, Blue takes a lot of damage. He is actually pinned in the corner.
Oh,
the nade is going
he's
to
dead.
make it-
Surely.
Oh, that nade.
Oh,
Oh, he managed to just run across the surviving the nade with a slither of HP. He is returning fire here, but almost getting caught out with drop shot. Oh, that's the handles on the stairs down. My apologies. Getting a little bit aggressive.
that
He's doing all the
aggression.
damage for his team here. We haven't seen much of a drop shot yet, but Sandals has been the one to spear front the charge for his team here. 4 for 1. Looking good here. It's
Ooh,
Fish.
opening pick from Oxygen on Fish. Big kill there. Hibana off the board.
Yeah, one of your heart breaches on the board. Not the end of the world, though. They do still have the ace. But again, Hibana not being on the board, that's a lot of hatch work that's gone, a lot of utility work that's gone, and it now means Crushers does have to be very careful with what he does. Blue down to just, I'd say that's about 2 HP that he's left sitting on with.
Yeah, he is very low on the health. Are they going to get this wall open? No, they are not. That is muted. I was expecting that one not to be opened up so easily. But here we see, oh, another pick. Oxygen again taking out Sandals now. The Nixuh team
I
just
said
looking
I
a
wanted
little
to
bit
see
lost.
Vaughn go huge for his team here. I said I wanted to see him go huge. He knows these players, and clearly it's working. But let's not forget, Figure, Crushers, and Dropshot all still alive. Yes, it's a 3v5, but they're very good. They're extremely good players. Dropshot has the ability to absolutely just level us out here. I do believe he's on the Twitch gun. He is in a bit of an engagement here. He's got around, I'd say, around 20 seconds to just try and find a way to even out the numbers a bit. But the players from Taken, they're playing the smart. They're not taking unnecessary peaks at all.
They are, however, running a little bit out of time, and they definitely do not have the man advantage. Not even really a way into sight here currently. Those walls still being muted, all of them just stacking at this door. They're definitely not going to be able to run through this funnel here. Yep, there we go. Blue taking out Dropshot. Big kill there. 2v4 now, Figure. But the health advantage still, and man advantage still on Taken's side.
This means just 20 seconds left. Figure and Crushers have got to find a way in. They cannot take a single bit of damage. Even just a Pokeball wouldn't be enough to kill the both of them. They've got 14 seconds left. No way into sight. This looks like it's going to be a Taken round. 4 players up on them. Oxygen. Vaughn does manage to find Crushers, and Fish manages to close it out onto, I do believe that was Figure who died last. And with that being said, Taken now 2-1 up.
Big kill there, 2v4 now, Figure,
over,
but the health advantage still, and man advantage still on Taken's
side. And we do have our first timeout coming, unfortunately. This means just 20 seconds left.
So far, I said
Crushers have got to find a way in. They cannot take a single bit of damage. Even just a Pokeball wouldn't be enough to kill them both of them.
Obviously, having been a
They've
former
got 14
teammate
seconds
of
left. No
players
way
and
in
also
sight.
a very
This
good
looks like it's
player.
going to be a Taken round. He's
I think his
players up
impact
on
so
them.
far.
Oxygen.
Yeah,
Vaughn
it's
does
a-
manage to find Crushers, and
We haven't seen that
managed
impact
to
from Dropshot
Yeah.
yet.
Dropshot, big kill there,
Something needs to
2v4
happen
now.
so he can wake up.
Yeah, Dropshot is taking timeout. Oh, okay, so this is a technical or tactical timeout?
This will be the tactical timeout. whilst
Big
they
kill
are
there,
trying to get
2v4
their player
now,
back
Figure.
in. But it does look like they are actually going to have to call for a rehost because, yeah, it looks like we're going to have to go to a rehost to get the player back in, unfortunately.
Interesting. Okay. Not really sure why they want a full rehost.
We'll have to be figuring out that out quickly. We're not 100% sure what's happening here because I don't believe they even asked for a rehost.
They are. Let. Let me quickly
Big
just
kill there,
2v4 now. Figure out this. What is going on here? Well, now they. Yeah, not really sure what they are trying to do here because now they already used their. Well, I guess we're getting a complete rehost here, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's just dropping out.
That is a bit unfortunate, but that gives us some time to talk about what we've seen in the first 3 rounds now. Because so far, one, there's been some good gameplay from the side of Taken there. Yes, Nixuh had that amazing round, spearheaded by Crushers, finding a little hole in the side to get his way in, but that's not what we were expecting. That's not the Nixuh we were expecting to see, to be honest.
Yeah, it's Nixuh. They seeming to struggle a little bit, but you know it's still early, and like I said in the beginning of the game, Taken's really just using every opportunity they're getting to try and have some sort of advantage in this very tough game for them. So you know, well done to them for being 2-1 up. Not really sure why they called for the rehost, but we'll learn about that shortly and update you guys. But for them now, great position, 2-1 up. Yeah.
I think Nixuh have been caught a little bit with their pants down here because clearly Taken have done their homework and they know what's going on here. This Taken obviously feeling very confident, which is good to see. And if I'm in their Discord right now, I'm hyped, I'm feeling ready, I'm feeling like, yeah, this is it. We're going to be the ones that are going to absolutely just destroy whatever Nixuh are trying to throw at us because clearly Nixuh haven't been able to pull it off. As well, if I'm in the Nixuh Discord right now, I'm saying to drop shot, where are you? We can't have you going 0 for 3.
Yeah,
You need to wake up.
Dropshot he's been struggling a little bit in this game so far, but you know, it's still early days, and I think this little rehost will be their one of two tactical timeouts, so they can maybe just reset, kind of have a chat, evaluate what's happened, and try and make those adjustments that they need to do. Their team, they have the quality to change. They have the quality to win this match, to do what they have to do. They just have to kind of sort a few things out. Maybe it is with the play that they brought in with Crushers. Maybe there is a little bit of a little chemistry imbalance with this team currently. And Taken, we've said how great Nixuh is this whole game, but Taken is a tier 1 team, what we drew in the pre-show. So they have the quality in their team, and if Nixuh allows them to take this game, they will. So Nixuh, they're really gonna have to adapt or do whatever they can to bring this back, but it's still 2-1. It's still very early, so we probably just overanalyzing this, but we need to burn some time, I guess.
Look, it is very early to make a prediction of what's going to happen in the game, but a lot of the times the first 2 rounds can also give you an idea of what we're looking at. And what we've seen so far is that Taken are ready and they're feeling good. Nixuh, it looks like they're being a little bit slow to wake up. Who knows? Maybe they're really going to wake up in the next. Maybe this rehost is all they need just to get that little mental reset and wake themselves the hell up, and so we can actually see the Nixuh we've been expecting to see.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting now going back if Taken can keep up that momentum, that little bit of momentum they got in those first few rounds, but just needing to get this game ready and the lobby right. Okay, let's just rewind what happened. Okay, first round they were upstairs, downstairs. They were upstairs.
Yes, they were. They started on the top floor with Taken winning with Taken winning the first round.
And then they
went down to the basement where it was Crushers just dropping down from the hatch, getting that extremely important kills there onto the snowmobile garage, and finally they went to dining where we saw Taken just absolutely not allowing Nixuh to even walk their way into the site.
Okay, perfect. So we have Taken winning the first map, Master Bedroom. Nixuh coming back, getting that 1-1 round, taking it Wine Cellar in the bottom, and then round 3, Taken again, bringing it to 2v1 in kitchen dining. Okay, so that is...
One thing that I've just been told by a member of chat is that there is a slight issue with the replays where there is a double audio going on.
Oh, we will fix that. Yeah, that'll be... Just quickly fix that one.
Thank you, Manir Asta, for informing us about it so we can just sort it out quickly. Apologies. Again, this is only the second stream of the whole tournament, so we're just trying to figure everything out and get everything working nicely.
Okay, now just the bands again. Lion, Jackal, can you forget that one?
It was a Jackal, Lion, Mirror, and a Valkyrie, which I do still think was a very heavy target ban.
Yeah, no, 100%, no doubt there. Okay, I think we're all set for that. Let us just quickly fix this little audio issue. But I'm quite impressed with how the teams have kind of approached this game so far. I think, yeah, go for it.
Look, this is what we wanted to see out of teams like Taken. We wanted to see. In the scene as a whole, we didn't want to see a huge skill gap between the top teams. We wanted to see a tournament, not just a tournament, but a scene where any team really has the potential to walk in on a day and beat another team, And so far, this game has been showing it. Again, it's still very early days. Maybe Nixuh just haven't woken up yet. But so far, as the readies are coming out from the players in the lobby, it really does seem like there is... the scene has got that potential where the players really are capable of fighting each other all the time and not having to struggle with it. Even from yesterday's meme team against Taken, if that's anything to say how even the meme teams are able to compete against Taken, and Taken is actually able to take it to the wire with Nixuh, I think it looks very good for the scene as a whole.
Yeah, I think it's looking good for Taken at this moment, but there's still a lot, still very lot to play here. So let's see if they can actually keep up what they have built now, and take 1 or 2 more rounds. You know, if they can get that 4-2 split at the half, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That would be absolute #1 prize for them.
Yes, I do think that's exactly what they're going to be looking for. And as well, again, look, it's an attacker-sided map, to be honest. If they can get themselves a 3-3 split, even just 3 rounds, 1 more round, Taken, I think, can be very happy with how it's gone so far. But yesterday, we didn't see them looking good on the attack, though, so maybe they are going to need more defenses here just to give themselves a little bit of wiggle room, you know?
Yeah, it's they're gonna have to just again do whatever they can to keep this momentum up. They are going back upstairs now, so they have 1 year before. So let's see if they can replicate that first round and just keep building. This being a best of 1, like we've said 20,000 times, you know, it can flip in Taken's favor here. Nixuh only have one map.
If Nixuh haven't got a map to try and wake themselves up, they've got to wake up now. They cannot afford to let Taken run away from this. Because with the way Vaughn was playing, and if Fish really wakes up, Blue as well was looking good. Lulu was making really good decisions. Yesterday we saw Lulu struggle, but today so far Lulu has been playing very well. Oh, but as I say, that Fish takes a huge amount of damage. I'm not sure quite. I believe that was from Dropshot actually doing a huge amount of damage there onto Fish. Not the start he would have been looking for, but at the same time, he does still, as I was saying that, Dropshot finds Blue. I was saying Dropshot needed to wake up, but it looks like he is getting himself awakened into the fray here.
What
Taken sitting on a 4v5 with one player who's down to 10 HP.
What I'm already seeing here from the Nixuh team, they are attacking the site completely differently. They are attacking from multiple angles. They are not only attacking from the one side, they are applying pressure from every single little angle, every window, every point of entry, and that seems like putting the Taken team a little bit under pressure. They don't know where to look, they don't know where to defend, and that is exactly what you need to do as an attacking team.
Maybe the rehearse was all Taken needed just to get a little discussion going into figuring out, okay, what are we doing wrong? Let's get our crossfires, let's get our teamwork together. Come on, we can't be playing like this. A lot of these players feel that, I do think, and I feel like the Taken players feel like this as well. It's just a thing with players in any scene, any sportsman will feel that they feel they are the best, they can beat the other team. If you don't feel like that, are you really meant to be there? But as I say that, Fish gets a kill onto Fish. Not to confuse the two, we're talking about Nixuh getting the kill onto Taken Esports as Fish, which means that Nixuh are now sitting pretty. They've got a minute left. The wall has been opened up. Dropshot gets his 2nd kill of the match, and with that...
Connect again? No, he won't. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, with that C4 going out, that means Taken has not got a lot of options here. Misty is not in a position where he can really move. He's pinned down by Dropshot sitting on the window. He does get some damage onto him, but there is a nade coming from behind. He has not got any wiggle room, and with that, Nixuh, beautiful execute there by them, just absolutely collapsing into the site and not giving the Taken Esports players any room to move around.
Yeah, no.
Not a lot of options for them, and Nixuh does manage to even it out. We said Taken will be, if they manage to get 3 rounds themselves before the half switch over, it'll look good.
Big kill there,
right
2v4 now, Figure.
Battling for that half with the way that it looks like Nixuh just woke up.
Yeah, I think great round there from Nixuh. Definitely made those necessary adjustments, like we spoke about in the timeout, about adapting to what's been happening in this game, and attacking from different angles, and putting this Taken team under a little bit of pressure, a lot of pressure actually. Really great round there from Nixuh. So now we're sitting 2-2-all.
Yeah, it's sitting 2-all. It's looking. Up until now, we were saying just a little bit earlier during the rehearse, it looked like this match could go any team's way. Well, so far, the scores are reflecting it. Taken had actually opted, looking into this round, now Taken have opted to go back to the same site as what they were at. They probably feel that they made a lot of mistakes. They got caught off by the fact that Nixuh changed the way they were doing it, but maybe they know exactly what they need to do now.
And hopefully, them picking the same site now upstairs, hopefully Taken can adjust to what Nixuh did in the previous round. Because it seems like already Nixuh doing something quite similar to what they did in the previous round, attacking from both sides of the map here, with Figure already rappelling up to this this balcony.
Yeah, Nixuh know what they want to do. They've pre-established what crossfires they want. They want drop shot on the master window. They just set a crossfire straight for the site. For many of the players who don't know, who are new to the scene, new to Siege as a whole, or to esports, or maybe some of the console players who aren't very familiar with using proper strats. Oh, that nade just missed that.
Ooh, Blue should be careful here.
Yeah, so the nade does go beginning, that will open. If you have someone sitting on that window, they are very difficult to kill. Oh, Blue's might play the smart though and get a nice free kill there into drop shot, which means he won't be able to hold the crossfire. Drone doesn't even land on the windowsill, so Blue is actually relatively undetected here, but he does opt to move away rather than just getting himself risking it. Doesn't risk it for the biscuit anymore. He's drop shot. He's most likely going to be able to hold a very strong crossfire throughout the site there from that window, and now for making that Blue cannot move.
Oh, Claymore! Oh, someone tried to run out from the basement. That door. Wait, was it there? No.
Yes, so it was actually facing inside through the little punch hole there, but Fish is he going to fall victim to it again? He is aware that drop shot's on the right side, and the drop shot hits the shot. Beautiful shot there coming out of drop shot there, and he does hit it with the Z as well, a bit of a steep, but there is actually a play member in the bathroom there. Drop shot, beautiful play by him, just from this window still, when the Claymores just absolutely taking control of everything.
Flawless round there from the Nixuh team. They are really just amped up everything with this after this rehost. And this Taken team, they must be careful not losing their momentum now and their confidence. It's already 3-2 now, and they're on defense. They are gonna have to try their absolute best now to make this a 3-all split.
If you look at it this way, okay, the way I'm seeing it right now, Nixuh had woken up, and this is what we're expecting to see. Dropshot was telling me he's going to go 10-0. Unfortunately, he's really got 3 deaths to his name, but so far in this half, he's going 6-0. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was only talking about after the rehost, you know?
Yeah, you can never know, you know. He clearly knew there was going to be a rehost, so...
You never know inside the mind of Dropshot, or many things is going on inside the mind of Dropshot, sometimes not what you'd expect. But right now, in his head, it's probably thinking to himself, man, I'm good.
Yeah, he's improving that 14 KD, or he's doing whatever he can to keep it up there. So, you know, we talked about Dropshot a lot before this game, and he's now showing what he's made out of.
Yeah, and as I almost set my arm on fire with one of my candles here, we're looking into the the 6th round now, man. My head. Anyway, they've got opted to go back to, I believe it's dining again. Yes, they went to dining again, and with that being on the board now, obviously last time we saw Nixuh go here, Taken just didn't even let them get any review of the site. It was a beautiful round by Taken. They managed to mistime nades into Blue, which meant Blue was able to escape with a slither in his life, and they weren't even able to get the wall open because of Mute Jammer not having a Thatcher. Well, Nixuh have learned this time. They've got a Thatcher.
Yeah, here we see, ooh, good opening pick there on Sandals from Lulu. Where exactly was that?
That was Sandals, I believe, doing the Sandals special of crouch walking into a very unpredictable place. And, well, unfortunately, the Sandals special didn't work for him this time. I do believe it was actually up from Blue stairs.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure here, but actually, one big thing Nixuh have done really well in this opening, or after the Rios, is them picking Thatcher. You know, Thatcher's on the board. and
Thatcher's
making...
on the board.
Ooh,
wall is open. Blue takes a lot of damage from a long line of sight there, but he still lives to see another day. Taken are still sitting with his man advantage. They've got the wall open, but they still haven't got the territory they need to be able to capitalize inwards onto the site.
Oh, that absolute beast of LMG from Zoph, you know, you just hate playing against it. Absolutely hate it.
I hate using it as well. It makes me feel like I'm cheating somehow. It's the LMGs are just broken, but
Oh, what a shot!
Misty with a beautiful shot. We saw him hit a beautiful shot like that yesterday with the SMG-11, but again we saw that shot come out from David. As you said, that LMG earlier figure does finally manage to get a kill onto blue. But Nixuh sitting only with 50 seconds left on the board.
Ooh, drop shot down now as well. It is a 2v4. It's not looking really good for Nixuh here.
Taken could get the 3-3 split themselves here. That would be optimal for them.
Oh?
Unfortunate team kill there. And Vaughn managed to close it out from jumping over the balcony, killing Figure from behind.
Oh, what a last kill. But a little bit unfortunate there, that team kill. Did not expect that to happen.
That was around where, again, we saw Taken. I think they're prepared. But this is where the real test is going to come in, okay? We said it's a bit of an attacker-sided map. Taken have done well to get that 3-3 split themselves like we were hoping. Well, what they would have been hoping for. But now the real question is, are their attacks going to be better than yesterday? Because yesterday their attacks were not that good.
Yeah, it's now a little bit, I would say, based on what we've seen, Nixuh have the advantage here. Even though being a 3-all split, we've seen last night how it was a struggle for Taken to attack against a Memphis team, which, you know, let's just be honest, they're not Nixuh level.
Yeah.
And I think they would agree with me. After talking with Moxie in the pre-show, you know, they know they're just a meme team, just here to have fun.
Yeah.
So seeing Taken struggling that much against a team like that, you know, I really hope they worked on that for this game. But them also having Blue
Vaughn.
and Blue,
Vaughn.
yeah, makes this might make the difference that they need to keep this game close.
Look, old Prawn there, our old friend Old Prawn, is sitting there with the Finka LMG. That's a scary thought. A man with ADHD and unlimited ammo is a very terrifying thought to be up against. But at the same time, on the other side, you've got Dropshot, but I don't think these players are scared of Dropshot, because so far they've managed to keep Dropshot under control somewhat, except for that one round up on the top floor. Dropshot hasn't had huge impacts yet this game.
Yeah, I think they've done a pretty good job shutting off Nixuh so far. Even though, you know, we've seen oh. Oh man, just got deleted.
Fish, what were you doing there, my man? That was not the place to be looking, but with that happening, Sandals does manage to get the refrag onto Misty, but that is a big loss because they've lost all the utility, but Dropshot does shut down the Finka. With that being gone, they've lost the Maze, they've lost the Gon 6, they've lost that deadly LMG in the hands of the ADHD boy. And
I must say,
suddenly it's staled up a little bit.
I'm liking the aggressive play from Taken. You know, they aren't stepping, they aren't sitting back. They are just playing the game how they want to play it. They don't care who they're facing. If it's Nixuh or Memphis. Oh, and Fish here getting Sandals down.
Sandals down, the nade narrowly doesn't... I'm actually not sure how the nade didn't kill him.
I don't think it was a nade, it was his what's Zoph's charge?
Oh, the Zofia charge.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
But still.
That was extremely close.
Oh, no!
Dropshot again, we were saying he didn't have an impact until now, but now suddenly he's had a big impact, not only shutting down he shut down the two main fraggers for Taken. It's all down to Blue and to Lulu. Between the two of them in the past, we've seen big clutches come out of them, especially from Blue. And Lulu yesterday didn't have the biggest game, but today he's been looking very good. So the question is, what can the two of them pull off? Turns out nothing for Lulu, and nothing for Blue either. You said it yourself. Beautiful shots coming out from Dropshot. Nothing else that they could have done that round.
Yeah, check being a 1v1 against Dropshot. Don't want to be in that situation. Let me just put it like that. Losing that battle pretty badly. Dropshot quick peeking that angle and just absolutely connecting with that man's head. But now, you know, it was a bit of an up and down round there. From Taken starting it off with the opening frag and just kind of losing control of the round. But hopefully hopefully they can just keep this close. I'm liking this matchup. I'm liking the confidence that I'm seeing from Taken, the aggressive plays, and I'm just hoping they can kind of keep on and we can see this be a close game and not just Nixuh running away with this game in the second half.
Yeah, look, for Taken, this is where it's kind of, we're going to see really do they actually know how to attack. Maybe yesterday was an off day. The last round did look like they had a game plan. It's just unfortunately it got shut down before they could fully actually get to the execute stage of that game plan. So looking into this site now, this is a site that's not nearly as strong for the defenders. It's one that attackers tend to like because, again, as we saw, there's so many ways to just create a hole in the site.
Oh, that a little cheeky run out attempt there?
Definitely.
Drop. Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of aggression coming out of the players here. Dropshot actually still out here trying to find that early pick. Maybe he's still molding a little bit after he got killed that first spawn peek early in the round from Vaughn in the first round. But Taken, like I was saying, they're going to have to figure out what they can do to fix their attacks up, because so far they just haven't been able to, yesterday and today, they haven't really got anything yet.
Thatcher. That didn't work out. That is 2 ace charges down.
That is truly unfortunate. 2 ace charges being gone. And what is that, 1 Thatcher EMP? Yeah, 1 Thatcher EMP being gone. That is truly unfortunate. Not what they wanted. That means Taken not having a lot of options here.
Who's just standing here at the back? Who else other than Dropshot? Why did I even ask?
Is he?
Oh,
He is aware of his position. Born has come to the break fire.
Oh, and he
That's
didn't
what we
even
were
kill. Oh no, that you don't see that a lot from Dropshot. I was really like confident he would kill both those players just standing there, not knowing of his position.
I think he got surprised when a LMG came flying around the corner at him.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you be
who's not
surprised?
Yeah, I was about to say it never ceases to surprise someone just hearing that LMG go off.
Yeah. So with that now, Vaughn absolutely not only shutting down Dropshot, but actually managing to save his teammate's life means that it's sitting a lot better to Taken. Unfortunately, they do still have the problem of they have not got a way into the site. That nade does force Crushers out of his position, but he will still live to take another fight. Taken are going to have to find a way in here, which they don't really have a lot of options in.
Oh,
I think it does.
that Maestro
shut down
LMG.
Misty.
Oh, you hate to see it.
They need a nerf. All of them need a nerf. I stand by that statement until the day I die. But with that fish now touched on blue, it's all that's in Lulu and Vaughn again. Vaughn with the LMG does manage to find Figure, but he still hasn't got a way to the site. It might be a little hole here if they can exploit it, but it does not happen. Vaughn gets shut down. It's all down to Lulu. No way in. 3 players to try and find. He does manage to knock Fish, but he is aware that Fish has been down since.
That.
No, unfortunately you can't shoot through that, but that does only leave him with 30 seconds left to try and find 2 more players.
He still has a chance here. One's down, one's very low. He just needs to take out the Siega.
He's gonna give it a chance. He's got 15 seconds. He's got to try and find
another down.
The crushes.
Can he pull this back? He gets the 1 down. Don't be distracted! No! No, the down player baiting him.
That was so close by him, but in the end, what's his name? Sandals. My apologies, Sandals. I forgot your name for a second there. Does manage to close it out for his team there. Lulu nearly clutching it up there. Not the way that Nixuh wanted that round to go, but maybe a little bit of cocky over-aggression coming out of them.
That is so unfortunate. I was really hoping for Lulu to pull that back on the Thatcher, but unfortunately just getting distracted by that down player. Now we all been in that situation where you're not really too sure if he's down, if he's prone, what's happening, and you just want to get that kill. But unfortunately in that moment it was just the wrong decision. But great job from him to try and pull that back. He almost pulled it off.
Yeah. That whole round could have been Taken's if they just figured out the utility usage a little bit better. They came so close, but in the end, maybe all it would have taken was that Thatcher EMP just being timed a little bit better with so that they could have gotten the wall open, and that round could have ended differently without Lulu having to try and clutch it up.
Yeah, I think from the moment they couldn't open up that garage wall, it was always a bit of an uphill climb for them.
Yeah.
Trying to push from just that one side of the map. Also not even...
Oh,
I
okay.
think he was probably wearing something. I couldn't really see now. Maybe he
Yeah,
was
not
wearing
entirely
not a uniform that's supposed to be worn. I'm not really sure because
Yeah,
that looked very deliberate.
not entirely, ideal for Nixuh. I'm not even sure if he actually got to put down his utility before that happened.
I
I'm
don't think
assuming,
you're not allowed
yeah,
to. If you do run a legal uniform, you're not allowed to do anything.
yeah,
So probably good call there if he was wearing, but I'm guessing I'm leaning on the side that he was.
yeah. But with that now, that might be Taken's opportunity to turn this attacking half a round for them. Yes, it's only been 2 rounds of their attack, but it has meant that Nixon's only 1 round away from match point. If any time is the time to start getting rounds in their favor again, now is it. And it's a good start for them, not even having to put in the effort to kill fish.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decipher how they want to attack this really. Just a lot of droning work coming out now. I think just taking this so they know they have the man advantage. They're just wanting to make sure drone out these roamers. I don't think they've spotted Sandals yet, but here comes Lulu's drone. Hopefully he does see him. Ooh.
Yeah, look, them kind of, if you look at this site, it's very much...
Oh
Mistral
no!
Blue
He didn't see him! Ah, but
the Mistral, but
luckily he gets the refrag there.
oh, that drone weapon drop shot does manage to shut down Vaughn. This means now it is down to 5-3. Drop shot is still on the board. Vaughn off the board. That Mistral nearly getting that Mistral nearly getting even more of an effect, but Blue being off the board means that they have lost their ace. There is no way to open up any of the main doors they would have to, but luckily for them, this site is not a site that is as important to have that hard breacher. But still, that means taking this corridor is going to be very difficult. They do still need to find a way to get rid of that shield to force Figure off out of his position. And the nade didn't actually work.
Oh, he's wasting so much time, Figure. Just not allowing them to walk through that door. With only 50 seconds left, Taken's gonna have to pull something here. But as you see, Fish trying to push this window, they're gonna have to get Figure off these stairs.
They're gonna have to find a way in. The nade does get the shield, but still Figure is just holding that, but he's choosing to wisely fall back so he doesn't lose his life here. There's 30 seconds left, he's done his job, the time has been wasted. Now, Taken have to make a move. It's 3v3, there is opportunity, but there is not enough time to maybe capitalize off of it.
That bandit. Just getting away with his life.
The hatch has been opened, Nixuh have got a way to hold this, but Taken, they haven't even got a way in, they've lost the player now, they're effectively in a 2v3. Fish misses his shots, they're not what he needed at the time, but Lulu is pushing aggressive, but it doesn't net anything.
Oh.
And oh, that is interesting. So, to the people that aren't fully aware of what happened, because if it's true that Fish is wearing an incorrect skin, that means technically Nixuh has to forfeit that round because his utility was used. But that would have to be Taken to make the call, as we can't do anything until Taken makes a call about it. And we can't even inform them, they have to notice it themselves.
As far as I know, if you do use it,
It has to be Taken that calls it.
yeah, it's on them to make that call. As far as it seems now, they're not really bothered about it.
Yeah, obviously Taken, either they missed it or they just haven't noticed it, or they just aren't bothered about it. But because they haven't made a call, that means Nixuh are now sitting pretty on match point.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a bleak scenario here for Taken, but it's almost what we predicted. There's just something not right with the Taken's attack. It's not like they've been doing badly in this match. They just can't seem to close off rounds.
It's the execute itself. The initial part of it they're doing right. Yes, they lose their entry. Yes, they lost their entry that last round, but they did manage to get the refrag, and the numbers were pretty even throughout the entire round. But it's that last minute where they need to execute, where they can just. It feels as if the game plan runs out when it gets to that stage. You know?
Oh no.
Very curious to see what happens here. Are they aware of the fact that the window has been punched out?
Yeah.
They are aware of it and drop shot
there's the
not
drone.
to test it. The drone does spot it, the drone does die, but Oh, he nearly gets caught out in a pre-fire through there as well. The Taken player is predicting his movements a little bit, trying to stop him. He is going 11 for 2. He's going huge so far. On the other side, we've got Vaughn, 5 for 5, and he's the only, and Lulu again, 4 for 5. Those two are the only players that have really, since the rehost, kept it up for their team. Fish is going 0 for 5. He's the man who's supposed to be spearheading the charge for his team alongside with Vaughn, and he just isn't. Same with Blue, 0 for 6.
I think that's Fish not really being himself after the rehost is really hindering
Yeah.
the attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
We
is? Oh, there is. Thought I saw someone there. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, Sandals is
Oh
fully
no,
aware of Misty's
Sandals,
position.
you menace, absolute menace.
Fully aware of Misty's position, and Sandals just uses it. Man, people and drones just don't like spotting Sandals at the right time, but he has his back turned and Vaughn does manage to get the kill onto him, an important refrag. A little bit later on, this little banter comes up between the two former teammates and very good friends. But looking into it now, because that is actually the Rihanna down, so that becomes even more important now for Fish to finally wake up again after the rehost and start getting those kills.
Oh, drop shot lingering just here off site is really making me nervous for Taken's side. I don't think they know he's here.
They need to figure out something. He's known for doing weird little things like this. He is aware that someone is up close to that hash, but I don't think they're actually going to drop it. Luckily for them. And that means now, because there's actually been 2 frags going on with Figure managed to get a refrag, it's still sitting at 3-3 with only 2 players on the side. If there's a time, Taken have got the side open, so if there's a time to get their way in, but Fish does find Lulu on the window.
Oh, there's drop shot.
Finds, and it's all down to Vaughn. The man with an LMG in a dream. He is fully aware of Dropshot's position. Sprays do come up, but they don't really net anything yet. They are fully aware of him, and Dropshot does manage to hit the headshot with Vaughn being dead. That means the game is over. Nixuh take it 7-3. Not 100% expected, but expected.
Yeah, very unfortunate there for the Taken side. Again, just struggling for some reason, just struggling on that attack. They just seem to. There's just something missing, and I'm not really sure what it is. But hopefully they can take this game, work on their mistakes, and get themselves ready for the remaining part of this group stage. You know, there's still a few games left. It was always going to be a very big challenge for them to be on top and to beat Nixuh, because realistically, if you had to beat Nixuh, you would be pretty much sorted in the pool stage. So unlucky for them, but they showed great heart and great siege play in their defense, which they should take. You know, also look at that part. Look at the positives.
There's a lot of there were a lot of good things there for them to work on. They just need to work on it. It's not too much. They don't need to go that much further than where they already are. It's just figuring out what's the small little things that still need to happen with their attacks. The defense looked great. The attack is where they need to improve now. But they've still got a lot of opportunity with it because, like as you said, they're still sitting pretty where there's still a very good opportunity for them, even though they didn't necessarily get that point or 3 points they were hoping for today. There's still a good chance because of how their previous matches have gone so far that they can get themselves into that playoffs and possibly to the LAN.
Yeah, I think you know, for them now, for Taken, they just having to now just sit down and focus to secure that top 4 spot, and head into that first round of playoffs that will have the 24th of July of this month, 24th, 25th, not too sure exactly now, but they know the dates, so hopefully they're gonna want to try and push for that, and it's going to be difficult if they are in that 4th position. If you are aiming for the top 4, you're trying to avoid being 4th.
Yeah, you don't want to have to be in a situation where you're relying on another team to lose to make sure that you can go through.
Yeah, and being 4th, you will have to face the top team in the other group, which is a very big task if you want to take that on. So you know, with the playoffs, as we explained in the pre-show, it will be the top 8 teams going to the playoffs, top 4 of each group, and the winners of their playoff games will book themselves the ticket to the LAN, being the top 4 teams. So you want to put yourself in the best possible position. And I think the worst position would obviously be if you had to finish fourth in your pool. So Taken, they're gonna have to
Yeah.
try and do their best now to maybe secure third. But they still have their game against Meraki as well, which I think will be a great game. Hopefully you
Yeah.
can stream that one as well, because if they
Albert,
can
I
beat
have
them.
some news first. Sorry to interrupt you here, but I've actually managed to secure Figure for a little interview here quickly.
Ooh, okay.
I've managed to secure him, yes, so I'll be dragging him in. So my apologies to interrupt you there. I
No
feel bad
problem.
about interrupting you. Hello, Mr. Figure. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thanks. How do you feel? So tell me, how do you feel after that win? I know it's only you guys' second, I believe it's your second map of the group stage.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. We've just been a bit inactive lately due to
Yeah.
just studies and all of that, but yeah, it's been going well. Just building ourselves again. So yeah, I'm very happy.
And how did you guys feel? Obviously, you've had to play with Crushers today. I don't believe he's done any previous scrims with you, anything like that. So how did it feel having to incorporate him into the match at such short notice?
I mean, it is actually not that difficult, as I don't think we have ever scrimmed once.
Oh,
So we just sit together, go through things, whatever. Because yeah, I believe just at the end of the day, it just comes down to teamwork, especially in
yeah.
today. Because I've gone through so many strats with so many people. At the end of the day, it's just how you work with your team that matters.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. And as well, I want to ask you your opinion now. Obviously, you guys, personally, I think you guys are the tournament favorites. But looking into how Taken played today in the first half until the swap over, were you a little bit surprised in how effective they looked in their defense?
I mean, it always happens because Dropshot, he takes a bit of time to warm up,
Yeah.
and I mean, we basically play around him most of the time because we all just sit back on site and he just does his thing. So it's just how we have adapted before. So, yeah, normally he's a bit slow at the start of a game, and then he just halfway through you can see he just picks up. So,
Okay. Yeah.
but yeah, as far as surprising, it's actually insane how some of the lower teams have improved as of recently. I mean, one
Yeah.
team that really impressed me was XL because they were not the greatest team, and going into the what was the previous tournament, they just I think they beat us and they almost beat Viben as well. So that was
Yeah.
very interesting. So yeah, teams are getting a
Yeah.
lot better.
I think it's a good thing for the scene. And then as well, I actually wanted to ask for your opinion on this now. How are you feeling about the rest of the group stage and looking for the scene? And as well, not just for you, but how are you feeling about the whole tournament as a whole looking towards the LAN? Because we obviously didn't get to speak to you earlier on about when we were doing some of the interviews for the pre-show.
Yeah, I'm very confident. As I said, I truly believe in my team. The higher the stakes, the better they play. So it's always been like this. So yeah, I'm very excited, especially for the LAN being the first LAN. And yeah, just keen to see how people play with because the ping is going to be non-existent. There's just going
Yeah.
as soon as you shoot, it's gonna land. So I'm very interesting to see how that works. But yeah, I'm very confident. I'm sure Boolean's gonna put up a fight because they do have Koza now as their coach, which is
Yeah.
interesting. So yeah, that's cool. So
Yeah, a lot of experience there, but you guys also know what you're doing. You've got the fragging power. To be honest, I feel like you guys have got more fragging power than what Boolean has.
yeah, and I mean we've just been a team together for almost a year now. I've been playing with Kaiko, Dropshot, and Ruan, and back on the Frantic days, I was playing with Fish. So
Yeah.
we all know each other pretty well. And I mean, yeah, I just hope that our just team play can carry us through the tournament.
That'll be absolutely awesome to hear. Thank you very much for your time, Figure, and well done on the victory today.
Thank you.
Oh wait, Figure, if you're still here, please,
Oh.
I just have like 1 or 2 questions.
Yeah.
That little team kill on Frost was what was the story behind that one? I'm quite curious to know what happened
yes.
Yeah, Fish was a naughty boy. My man is running skins because we haven't played this game in long. So as soon as someone gets a skin, he just equips it. And I mean, other than tournaments, we don't really scrim or stuff like that. So we just rock skins. Crushes is obviously new to this game again because he hasn't played in 6 months. So he was running skins. and then we saw that on fish, so we just killed him a bit early.
Okay, no stress.
Luckily,
Yeah.
his frostmat came through, so
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
were you guys surprised when the halftime score was 3-all?
um, not really. We normally start a bit rough as we don't really practice and stuff like that. So, especially with also, as I said, drop shots just takes a while to get on heat, and yeah, we normally play a lot better on defense, just because we don't really practice executes and stuff like that. So we just play ranked style, and that doesn't really favor attacking. Whereas defense, I'm very confident that just as soon as like as long as you play with synergy and all of that, normal strats can take you as far as they can go. So yeah, that's basically why we struggle on attack.
Yeah.
Okay, it
Okay.
was good to know, kind of getting an insight from the players. It's always great to chat straight after the game, get their feel of what happened, and kind of decipher everything that happened. So yeah, thanks for joining in for the interview.
It's a pleasure, man. Cheers, guys.
Just figure. Thank you very much.
Well,
And with that, I do believe that's us for the day then.
yeah, I think good way to end this week. Week 2 of the group games. We still have two weeks left. We had to extend it by a week with the whole load shedding issues. Seems like it's not
Yeah.
getting much better next week, unfortunately. But we have the stream set up. We have me running the production. Luckily, I'm not affected by load shedding. Same with Justin here, so we'll be ready
Yeah.
here if there's any
I'll
games.
be here in candlelight if I have to.
Good aesthetic. Great aesthetic for the stream.
You can say it's a little romantic.
Yeah, but it's great. Hopefully next week we can
Yeah.
fill in some more games, get some more action. It's really great to see everything actually happening, and showing it to you guys. Really great, and I can't wait to start week 3. Get those
Yeah.
games underway, and yeah, see where these teams end up. You know, I think by next week we'll have a decent feel of who the top 4 teams might be, with only 1 week after that being available for games, unless people want to leave like all their games for the last week, which won't surprise me. But you know, it's going to be great, and we'll update the group tables on social media on Tuesday for you guys, which we'll do every week.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, you guys can see what's happening, and the teams and how they're performing. But yeah, hopefully next week we can bring to you guys more streams and more games, and some more SSA Siege action.
Yeah. But with that, I do believe that is us for tonight.
It is
I'd
indeed.
say thank you very much to everyone who's joined in on the stream, and for anyone in the future who does watch the VOD. It means a great deal to all of us. It's a lot of effort that's going in here to bring you guys this tournament, especially from the side of Elder.
But yeah, I think on that note, good night everyone. Have a great rest of your Sunday. It is
Good
late, but have a great night. Just
Good night. Have a good night. And one last thing.
there
Never
we
mind.
go.
There we go.
Drop shots the goat. On that note, cheers everyone.
Cheers.